The 7 most common behavioral interview questions. Did you know that the average number of people who apply for a job is around 118? Out of those, only 20% of applicants get an interview. So if you get an interview, know that you're the skillful few who have caught the attention of companies. But you're not in the clear just yet. Whether you're applying for an internship or job, you need to nail the interview. So you need to be prepared when you walk in for your interview. To help you out, here are 7 of the most common behavioral interview questions you should know about. That way, you'll be better prepared. 1. What's the biggest mistake you made at work? Employers typically want to see what your weak spots are. This question can tell them a lot about many things, not just that. For example, your answer will show how you work in a high-pressure situation, how you handle customers and issues, and if you can admit fault where it's necessary. While this question can seem intimidating, you can word your answer carefully so it actually highlights your good characteristics. For example, you can tell the interviewer about how you shortchanged a customer, but quickly rectified it by calling them back, giving them their change, apologizing, and then gave them a discount for their next purchase. 2. How did you handle a stressful situation at work? Again, employers want to see that you can think on your feet and not succumb to pressure and anxiety. This is one of the most common interview questions, so it's worth mulling over to see the best answer you can come up with. One excellent example would be to show how you quickly diffused an explosive situation, either with a coworker or with a customer. Employers like seeing that you have quick thinking that can smooth things over in a pinch. This proves that you can be a real asset to your team. 3. How did you deal with working with someone you didn't like? In any workplace, there's bound to be someone you don't like and/or don't get along with. If you're not able to be a team player, then you're likely to be a detriment to the office, which is not desirable for employers. Use this chance to show that even though you don't get along with every single person, which is natural, you're still capable of facilitating a productive work environment. Make sure you highlight any milestones and other achievements you made while working with said person. 4. Have you ever had to deal with dishonesty at your workplace? This can be a tough question to answer. Know that employers aren't necessarily looking for a goody two-shoes. However, they don't want someone who doesn't say a word when there's blatant dishonesty happening. This can be something as small as a fellow employee purposefully messing up an order because they don't like a customer, or as big as a worker siphoning money from the company. You can use your answer to show that you are good about following company policies and protocols, but that you don't trouble the higher-ups for every single little instance of dishonesty. 5. How have you dealt with a coworker who didn't pull their weight? Again, employers don't like to hire goody two-shoes who tattle on their coworkers over petty problems. But if there's an employee who's severely lacking in their work and is dragging the team down, the sooner the employer knows, the better. Most employers like to hire workers who are assertive and know when to speak up if anything's wrong. However, they also like to see people who can handle these delicate issues with tact, as one wrong move can really decrease morale in the workplace. Not to mention, it can also alienate you from your teammates. This is a good opportunity to show that you're someone who's level-headed and knows how to handle sensitive topics with grace. 6. What's your proudest achievement at work? Not all behavioral interview questions are tough to get through. This one can really help you shine, but if you don't prepare for it, you might find yourself selling yourself short. You can really set yourself apart from other applicants by speaking about a project that truly brought you joy and pride. Your passion will automatically be reflected in your tone of voice, and employers will be thrilled to see that enthusiasm. 7. What are your hobbies and interests? This might seem like a strange and irrelevant question. However, your answer tells the employer a lot about who you are as a person. For one, if you have questionable extracurricular activities, or ones that can be highly addictive, such as video games, then you might not be able to focus on your work properly. This can be especially true if your interests are often associated with less than savory people. On the other hand, if you like to do things that better you as a person, such as reading or volunteering, then this shows that you have good character. If you don't have any hobbies or interests at all, then this can indicate that you don't have a great work-life balance. Good employers typically want to hire well-rounded people. Be prepared for the most common behavioral interview questions. After reading this article, you now know of the most common behavioral interview questions. By knowing ahead of time what the most commonly asked interview questions are, you can think about your answers and prepare them so they present you in the best light possible. When you're not caught off guard, you'll be able to speak calmly and clearly, which will drastically increase your chances of being hired. So study this article, think hard about your answers, and good luck. Want some advice on what to do after you get hired? Then read this blog post on how to build your career.